Deep within the heart of a forgotten city on Earth, hidden beneath layers of dust and rubble, a team of scientists worked tirelessly to explore the ruins. The city had been abandoned for centuries, its towering skyscrapers cracked and crumbling, streets overgrown with wild vegetation, and a sense of mystery hung in the air. Among the team was Dr. Elara Vance, an expert in ancient technologies, whose curiosity had driven her to study the remnants of human civilizations long lost to time. Alongside her were engineers, historians, and archaeologists, all eager to uncover what secrets this forgotten city might hold. One day, while scanning the foundations of a massive building that once served as a government hub, the team detected unusual energy readings coming from below. Intrigued, they began carefully removing debris and digging deeper. The work was slow and meticulous as they did not want to damage anything that might be important. Hours passed, and just when their energy began to wane, the team uncovered a massive metallic vault. Its surface was etched with strange symbols, glowing faintly with a light that seemed alive. The design was unlike anything they had ever seen, a combination of artistry and engineering that suggested a level of technology far beyond modern capabilities. Dr. Vance's heart raced as she traced the symbols with her fingers. The patterns seemed to respond to her touch, emitting soft pulses of light. The team exchanged excited glances, realizing they had discovered something extraordinary. The vault door was enormous and had no visible locks or handles. Yet, when the team activated a sequence of pressure panels based on the symbols' patterns, the door slowly began to hum and shift. It opened with a sound that was more like a whisper of energy than a mechanical creak, revealing a chamber filled with objects that seemed to defy explanation. Inside the chamber were devices of all shapes and sizes, from small handheld gadgets to massive structures that looked like they could power entire cities. Each piece pulsed with latent energy, glowing in colors that shifted like liquid light. Holographic maps floated in the air, depicting distant galaxies, star systems, and coordinates that no human had ever traveled to. The team realized that these were not ordinary machines, but remnants of a civilization far more advanced than their own, perhaps even left behind by humans from a forgotten age. One device in particular caught their attention, a sleek console with a circular interface that seemed to respond to thought. When Dr. Vance placed her hand above it, holographic symbols rearranged themselves, forming readable patterns that warned of an approaching threat from the stars. The scientists quickly understood that this was not just a vault of knowledge, but a defensive system designed to prepare humanity for a confrontation beyond Earth. The AI embedded within the devices began to communicate in a series of clear messages, explaining protocols, activation sequences, and the purpose of each machine. As they explored further, the team discovered smaller compartments containing intricate weapons, energy cores, and even Starship schematics. Each artifact seemed to be perfectly preserved, untouched by time, and resonating with a strange energy that made the hair on their arms stand on end. Dr. Vance realized that their ancestors had foreseen a future where humanity would face threats from other civilizations in the cosmos, and these technologies were a preparation for that moment. The excitement was palpable, yet there was also a sense of urgency. The energy readings from the vault suggested that the machines were beginning to activate on their own, as if recognizing that their time had come. The scientists worked together, documenting everything, trying to understand the capabilities and dangers of the technology before it fully awoke. Every discovery raised more questions than answers, but the team could feel that they were on the brink of something that could change the course of human history. Outside, the ruins of the city seemed quieter, almost watching, as if acknowledging that humanity had finally returned to reclaim what had been left behind. The sunlight filtering through the broken skyline highlighted the ancient structures, and the team felt a strange mix of awe and responsibility. They were no longer just researchers. They were guardians of a legacy, entrusted with knowledge that could challenge the stars themselves. Every pulse, every glow from the vault seemed to whisper of a destiny waiting to unfold. And the scientists knew that the discovery of this hidden technology was only the beginning of an adventure that would stretch across the cosmos. As the team continued to study the ancient vault, the machines inside began to stir with life. A low hum filled the chamber, vibrating through the floor and walls. Lights on the devices flickered and pulsed rhythmically, almost as if the technology were breathing. Dr. Alara Vance placed her hand on one of the larger consoles, and it responded immediately, a holographic interface rising from the surface, projecting complex star charts, schematics, and flowing symbols that no one could fully decipher at first. The scientists realized that the technology was not dormant, but waiting for someone to awaken it. Small devices began moving slightly on their own, adjusting, calibrating, and aligning with each other. Holographic beams connected one machine to another, forming circuits of light and energy across the chamber. The air seemed charged, and the team could feel static tingling across their skin. Every movement of the machines was precise and purposeful, showing intelligence far beyond anything they had ever encountered. Dr. Vance watched in awe as the consoles displayed messages in ancient human languages that had been forgotten for millennia. The messages warned of a distant threat approaching Earth and other human colonies. The AI systems explained that they had been programmed to awaken only when danger loomed. The scientists carefully followed the instructions appearing on the consoles, each step seeming to guide them into deeper understanding of the technology. They connected energy conduits, activated reactors, and calibrated targeting arrays. The room filled with light and low-frequency vibrations, and the once silent machines now hummed with overwhelming power. Even the walls of the chamber seemed to resonate with energy, as if the entire building had been constructed to channel the power of the technology. Suddenly, a massive holographic projection appeared above the central console, showing the solar system and distant stars beyond. Lines of light connected planets, moons, and other points in space, indicating both pathways and potential threats. The team gasped as they realized that the technology included navigation and interstellar capabilities. Humans were being shown routes far beyond the limits of known space, paths that could take them to ancient outposts or hidden caches prepared by their ancestors. Dr. Vance felt a mixture of excitement and fear, knowing that activating this technology meant stepping into the unknown. As the machines continued to awaken, smaller drones and robotic arms emerged from hidden compartments, moving in perfect synchronization. Some began scanning the scientists, analyzing their movements, and even assisting them with complex calculations and adjustments. It became clear that the technology was partially autonomous, had been designed to work with humans. The AI projected holographic schematics for spacecraft, weapon systems, and energy shields, showing designs that could rival or surpass the most advanced alien fleets. Every new display filled the room with awe and urgency, reminding the humans of the immense responsibility they now held. Outside, sensors on the consoles began detecting unusual signals from the edges of the solar system. The aliens who had long observed humanity were beginning to make their approach. The technology flashed warnings, indicating possible attack vectors and vulnerable points. The team realized that the awakening was not just a test, but a preparation for an imminent battle. They could feel the weight of history pressing down on them, knowing that their ancestors had created this system specifically to face this moment. The hum of the machines grew louder, almost like a heartbeat, marking the countdown to full activation. The humans worked tirelessly, following every prompt, every calculation, and every procedure. Each step of activation revealed new capabilities. From energy shields that could protect entire cities to offensive systems capable of targeting enemies across the stars. The AI began forming strategies, projecting scenarios for defense and counterattack. It was as if the ancient technology was teaching them how to become guardians of humanity, guiding them with centuries of accumulated knowledge. By the end of the first day, the chamber had transformed into a dazzling network of energy, light, and sound. Machines moved in perfect harmony, reactors thrummed with controlled power, and holographic maps displayed the cosmos in unprecedented detail. The team felt both awe and urgency, knowing that they were no longer merely explorers, but active participants in humanity's defense. Every pulse of energy from the devices seemed to whisper warnings and encouragement, urging them to prepare for the arrival of the alien empire. The awakening of the ancient human technology had begun, and the universe itself seemed to be waiting for what would come next. Sensors on the outer satellites and space observatories began picking up unusual readings. Alien ships were entering the solar system, massive and unlike anything humanity had built. Their sleek hulls reflected sunlight in strange colors, and their formations were precise and intimidating. The scientists and military leaders in the control room watched in stunned silence as the data streamed in. It was clear that these were not exploratory vessels, but part of a massive invasion force. The alien empire had arrived, and their presence could no longer be denied. The first contact occurred near the orbit of Mars. Alien scouts, fast and agile, began probing human defenses. Their weapons emitted unfamiliar energy pulses that disrupted conventional systems. Yet the humans' awakened technology reacted almost instinctively. Shields activated, energy barriers rose around key installations, and automated drones deployed to intercept the alien scouts. Dr. Alara Vance and her team watched in awe as centuries-old machines, long buried and forgotten, performed flawlessly against an advanced enemy. It was the first real test of humanity's rediscovered power. Reports from outer colonies confirmed the alien advance. Human settlements on Mars and nearby moons were under observation, and some were attacked with precision strikes. Panic began to spread among the colonies, but the humans knew that the ancient technology had given them a chance. The holographic star maps projected by the consoles highlighted weak points in alien formations, showing how humanity could counter their approach. Each display seemed to predict the enemy's next move, and for the first time, humans felt they might have an advantage despite being outnumbered and technologically challenged. Military fleets, hastily retrofitted with ancient systems, were deployed to intercept alien vessels. Starships pulsed with new energy, weapon systems recalibrated to use unknown technology, and drones from the vault moved in coordinated patterns, engaging the alien scouts. The first skirmishes erupted with bright flashes in space, beams of energy slicing through darkness. Both sides tested each other's limits, but humanity's unpredictable tactics, enhanced by the ancient tech, began to create confusion among the invaders. On board the alien command ships, the invaders were shocked. Their scanners could not fully comprehend the humans' technology, and their calculations failed to predict the counterattacks. The ancient human devices were adaptive, shifting energy patterns, redirecting shields, and striking at unexpected angles. The humans began learning quickly, combining modern strategy with the intelligence of the awakened systems. Every encounter taught them something new, and confidence started to build among commanders and scientists alike. Meanwhile, on Earth, the team in the control room coordinated every response. Using holographic displays, they tracked alien movements in real time. The ancient AI calculated probabilities and suggested maneuvers that no human mind could have designed alone. As the aliens attempted to encircle key planets, humanity used warp-enabled transports to relocate defenses and launch surprise counterattacks. The first victories, though small, were celebrated with quiet relief. Humanity was alive, resisting, and even winning skirmishes against an empire thought to be invincible. The alien ships began adjusting their strategies. Realizing that humans were no longer primitive, they changed formations, sent larger warships, and attempted to disable ancient systems from a distance. Yet, each move was countered by the vault technology, which predicted and adapted to the new threats. The humans discovered that the technology could even communicate with their ships, guiding pilots in real time and creating perfect coordination across vast distances. It was as if the ancient machines had anticipated every possibility, preparing humanity for this exact moment. As the first major battle ended near the asteroid belt, debris from destroyed alien scouts floated through space, illuminated by the light of distant stars. The humans had held their ground, and the alien empire had begun to recognize that this war would not be simple. Messages from the ancient AI confirmed that this was only the beginning, and that humanity must continue to activate and understand the technology fully to survive. Dr. Vance watched the holographic projections, knowing that the alien empire underestimated humans, and that with the awakened technology, the balance of power was slowly shifting in favor of humanity. As the alien scouts retreated from the first skirmishes, humans realized that leadership and coordination were essential to survive. A brilliant commander, General Kale Ryden, emerged, combining tactical brilliance with the guidance of the awakened ancient AI. He quickly organized scientists, engineers, and military personnel into a unified command, assigning specific roles and responsibilities. The team worked around the clock, retrofitting existing spacecraft with ancient technology, adding energy shields, adaptive weapons, and propulsion systems capable of faster-than-light maneuvers. Under Kale's direction, the fleets moved with precision, integrating modern strategies with the ancient system's guidance. Holographic projections displayed alien formations and highlighted weak points, allowing pilots to anticipate enemy movements. The humans realized that the unpredictability of the ancient tech gave them an edge, as the aliens could not calculate or predict the humans' counterattacks. Dr. Alara Vance and her team monitored the systems, ensuring each retrofitted ship functioned perfectly and adapting the technology to new tactical needs. The first coordinated counterattack targeted a cluster of alien supply ships near the orbit of Jupiter. The humans used warp-enabled jumps to appear unexpectedly. Energy beams struck the alien vessels with precision, and automated drones overwhelmed defenses. The attack shocked the alien empire, showing that humans were capable of planning and executing complex strategies. Morale among human forces soared, and colonies across the solar system felt renewed hope. Back on Earth, the control room became a hub of constant activity. With every alien movement tracked in real time, the humans could adjust tactics immediately. The AI suggested maneuvers that no human could have predicted, from decoy formations to synchronized multi-directional strikes. Each decision combined human intuition with ancient computational power, creating a force that was as adaptable as it was powerful. In the aftermath of the first coordinated attack, humans discovered alien weaknesses. Energy patterns indicated vulnerabilities in shield harmonics. Propulsion systems could be disrupted with precise energy pulses, and communication networks were susceptible to interference. Kale organized teams to exploit these weaknesses, training pilots and crews to work in harmony with the ancient technology. Every mission increased the efficiency of human forces, and even small victories created ripple effects across the battlefield. Meanwhile, the alien empire struggled to understand humanity's newfound strength. Their commanders had expected primitive humans who would be easily defeated. Instead, they faced a species that combined intelligence, courage, and technology, older and more advanced than anything the aliens had encountered. Panic began to spread within the alien ranks as humans launched strikes on supply lines, scouting units, and isolated warships. Each success reinforced the belief that humanity could survive and perhaps even win. On the human side, Kale emphasized unity and discipline, ensuring that scientists, engineers, and pilots worked as one. Training drills simulated alien attacks, allowing teams to anticipate and react instantly. The ancient AI constantly updated strategies based on real-time data, creating a seamless coordination between humans and machines. Pilots learned to trust not only their instincts, but the guidance of the awakened technology, creating a synergy that was unmatched in the galaxy. As the humans prepared for the next phase, they began launching more ambitious missions, targeting alien outposts beyond the asteroid belt, striking quickly and retreating before the enemy could respond. The combination of human ingenuity and ancient systems made every move unpredictable, forcing the aliens to adapt constantly. Dr. Vance watched as the first fleet returned, its ships glowing with energy from the ancient reactors, pilots exhilarated, and engineers eager to refine their designs. The first series of coordinated victories cemented General Kale's leadership, and the humans realized they were no longer defending passively. They were becoming an organized, adaptable force capable of challenging the alien empire. Morale soared across colonies and fleets, and every member of the human team felt the weight of history on their shoulders. The awakening of humanity's ancient technology, guided by skillful leadership, had transformed fear into determination, and uncertainty into hope. By the end of the campaign's first week, humans had proven that with strategy, courage, and the ancient systems, they could stand against a seemingly unstoppable alien force. Kale and his teams prepared for the next stage of the war, knowing that this was only the beginning. Every success strengthened their resolve, and humanity began to realize that the rediscovered legacy of their ancestors might be enough to turn the tide of the war across the stars. Using the ancient technology, humans discovered systems that allowed interstellar travel, Reactors and warp engines embedded in the relics activated, opening pathways to distant star systems. The scientists and pilots worked together to understand the coordinates, each route leading to hidden caches, abandoned outposts, and stations left behind by previous human civilizations. The possibilities were staggering, and the excitement among the teams was palpable. Humanity was no longer confined to the solar system, but could reach the stars with speed and precision. The first interstellar mission targeted an old human outpost orbiting a distant exoplanet. The journey through the warp corridors was smooth, guided by holographic projections that predicted gravitational anomalies, energy fields, and alien patrols. As the fleet emerged near the outpost, the ships were greeted by derelict structures floating in orbit, dormant but still functional. Energy nodes glowed faintly, waiting to be reactivated. The team realized that these outposts were designed as forward bases for humanity's defense across the galaxy, prepositioned for exactly such an invasion. Inside the outposts, humans found advanced weapons, energy shields, and Starship schematics far beyond anything in their current arsenal. Each discovery enhanced their fleets, allowing retrofitting and upgrades that would make them even more formidable. Dr. Elara Vance led teams of engineers who adapted the ancient designs to modern human technology, merging old and new in ways that maximized efficiency and power. Pilots trained on these upgraded ships, learning to maneuver and strike with precision that even the aliens could not anticipate. As the humans explored further, they discovered caches of information left by their ancestors. Historical logs, battle strategies, and scientific data were stored in secure memory cores. The AI systems integrated this knowledge with real-time analysis, teaching humans advanced tactics, energy manipulation, and even rudimentary control over gravitational fields. Each mission through the stars revealed more secrets, showing that humanity had once been a spacefaring civilization capable of defending itself across the galaxy. The alien empire had begun to take notice of these movements, sending scouts and warships to intercept the humans. Yet the awakened technology allowed humans to detect incoming threats before they arrived, warp jumping to unexpected locations and striking with precision. The unpredictability of human maneuvers frustrated alien commanders, who were used to predictable strategies and overwhelming firepower. Each encounter was a learning experience, with humans adapting tactics instantly and using ancient technology in ways even the AI had not anticipated. Colonies and outposts discovered along the way provided valuable support, resources, and repair stations. The humans learned to use these locations strategically, setting traps, creating ambushes, and reinforcing key positions. Communication between fleets and outposts was enhanced by the AI, allowing instant coordination across light years. Humanity was evolving into a networked force, combining intelligence, technology, and adaptability. The knowledge that their ancestors had planned this network millennia ago gave humans both confidence and awe. During one mission, the fleet discovered a massive abandoned space station hidden behind an asteroid belt. Its energy systems were still active, and holographic projections displayed defensive grids and weapons platforms. Dr. Vance and her team realized this was a command hub from a previous human era, designed to control fleets across multiple systems. They integrated the station into their network, using it as a staging ground for operations, launching attacks and retreats with unmatched efficiency. As humans struck at alien outposts, supply lines, and patrols, they gained confidence. Each victory, though small, added to the belief that the alien empire could be challenged. Pilots began experimenting with new strategies, drones and ships working in perfect coordination, guided by the AI and human intuition. Every mission expanded their knowledge, showing that the galaxy was not empty but filled with remnants of human ingenuity waiting to be reclaimed. The thrill of discovery was matched by the urgency of preparation. The alien empire's forces continued to advance, and humans knew that they had to consolidate their gains. Strengthening fleets, upgrading ships, and mastering ancient systems became a daily priority. Yet each success reinforced the idea that humanity had an edge. A combination of determination, intelligence, and ancient technology allowed them to operate in ways the aliens could not predict. And slowly, the humans began to turn the galaxy itself into a battlefield where they held a growing advantage. By the time the fleet returned from its first series of interstellar missions, morale was high. Ships were upgraded, crews were experienced, and the knowledge of human history and technology had grown exponentially. The universe, once vast and intimidating, now felt like a network of possibilities, ready for humanity to explore and defend. The awakening of ancient human technology had not only given them the means to travel the stars, but also the confidence to challenge an empire that had seemed unstoppable. The alien empire quickly realized that humanity was no longer a primitive species to be easily conquered. Their scouts reported advanced human fleets operating with precision, and the ancient technology made their movements unpredictable. In response, the aliens launched massive retaliatory strikes, sending warships in overwhelming numbers to attack human colonies, supply lines, and key installations. The humans watched as beams of unfamiliar energy cut through space, obliterating small settlements. But the awakened technology responded instantly, deploying shields, deflecting attacks, and countering with energy pulses the aliens could not anticipate. Battles raged across asteroid belts, moons, and distant planets, each encounter more intense than the last. Human fleets moved in coordinated patterns, using warp jumps to appear suddenly, striking quickly, and vanishing before the aliens could mount an effective response. Automated drones and robotic systems from the ancient vault assisted in real time, repairing ships, recalibrating weapons, and creating energy barriers to protect vulnerable targets. Each engagement taught humans something new, from alien tactics to weaknesses in their shields and propulsion systems. The knowledge gained from every skirmish made them stronger, more adaptable, and more confident. Onboard alien command ships, panic began to grow. The humans' ability to strike unpredictably was unlike anything they had encountered. Their warships could vanish and reappear across vast distances, guided by knowledge humans barely understood themselves. The aliens attempted to disable human systems with specialized attacks, yet every attempt failed, as the ancient AI adapted instantly, shielding ships and redirecting energy in ways that defied alien calculations. Human ingenuity combined with the centuries-old technology created a synergy that made them a formidable force. Despite the alien power, humans were not invincible, and losses occurred. Entire colonies were damaged, and some ships were destroyed in fierce clashes. Yet each setback was met with adaptation and learning. The humans discovered new methods of repairing damaged systems, enhancing shields and coordinating attacks more efficiently. Engineers worked tirelessly to integrate alien technology into human fleets, sometimes reverse engineering enemy systems to turn them against their masters. Every challenge strengthened humanity's resolve and honed their skills. Colonies became critical hubs of resistance, functioning as repair stations, energy supply centers, and training grounds for pilots and soldiers. Communication networks enhanced by ancient technology allowed instantaneous coordination across light years. Each unit knew its role, whether defending a planet, striking an alien fleet, or securing vital resources. Humans began creating strategies that combined offense and defense, using knowledge of alien behavior and technology to anticipate attacks and respond with devastating precision. The galaxy was slowly turning into a chessboard, and humans were learning to control the pieces. During one major engagement near a distant gas giant, human fleets faced a coordinated alien assault intended to overwhelm defenses. The ancient technology predicted alien movements and highlighted vulnerable points, allowing humans to execute flanking maneuvers and trap the enemy in energy corridors. Ships emerged from warp positions behind the enemy, cutting off retreat routes, and automated drones disabled alien weapon systems. The battle ended with heavy losses on both sides, but the humans had demonstrated that strategy, intelligence, and technology could match raw alien firepower. The AI systems embedded in the ancient technology continued to evolve, learning from every battle, adjusting shields, predicting enemy patterns, and improving coordination. Humans realized that their ancestors had created not just machines, but intelligent allies capable of guiding them through war. Dr. Alara Vance marveled at how the technology seemed almost alive, sensing danger and responding with precision. The synergy between human decision-making and ancient intelligence allowed them to counter threats on scales that were previously unimaginable. Alien morale began to waver. Their commanders feared that the humans were no longer a simple target, but a growing threat capable of striking anywhere at any time. The unpredictability of human fleets frustrated their calculations and disrupted their battle plans. Even their most advanced warships were vulnerable to coordinated attacks, and losses mounted. As the humans gained confidence, they realized that the galaxy itself could be turned into a battleground where they controlled the tempo and direction of war. Through constant engagement, adaptation, and learning, humans transformed from a species on the defensive to one capable of challenging the alien empire. Each victory, no matter how small, demonstrated that ingenuity, courage, and ancient technology could offset numerical and technological superiority. Human pilots, engineers, and soldiers felt a growing sense of purpose, knowing that every fight brought them closer to mastering the technology their ancestors had left behind, and that the alien empire might soon regret underestimating humanity. By the end of this relentless phase of conflict, humans had firmly established themselves as a force to be reckoned with. The alien empire realized that defeating them would require far more than brute strength. Humanity's ability to adapt, predict, and strike with precision, enhanced by the awakened ancient systems, had changed the rules of engagement, and the war was no longer simply about survival. It had become a struggle where humans could actively shape the future of the galaxy. Deep within Earth's core, beneath layers of rock and molten energy, the scientists discovered a hidden chamber that had remained untouched for millennia. The ancient technology pulsed more strongly here, as if it recognized that its ultimate purpose was about to be revealed. Dr. Alara Vance and her team carefully descended into the chamber, their hearts pounding with anticipation and a sense of awe. Towering devices and consoles lined the walls, their energy radiating in waves that made the air hum and vibrate. This was clearly the final and most powerful creation of humanity's ancestors, a weapon of unimaginable scale, designed to defend against cosmic threats. The AI systems began projecting holographic instructions and diagrams, guiding the humans through the activation process. Every detail had to be precise, from energy calibration to gravitational alignment. Even a small error could cause catastrophic results. The team worked tirelessly, connecting energy conduits, stabilizing reactors, and synchronizing the massive arrays of equipment. Each action caused the chamber to glow brighter, and the humming grew louder, resonating like a heartbeat throughout the underground complex. The tension was palpable, but so was a growing sense of destiny, as if the universe itself awaited the awakening of this ultimate weapon. Doctor Vance traced her fingers along the intricate patterns etched into the control panels, noticing that the symbols responded to her touch, shifting, glowing, and forming new sequences. The AI explained that this weapon could manipulate space, energy, and gravitational fields on a massive scale, capable of both defense and offense across entire star systems. Humanity's ancestors had designed it to counter forces far stronger than any single planet could resist. The realization struck the team with awe and responsibility, knowing that activating this device meant wielding a power that could reshape the cosmos. Energy flows began to converge from different nodes within the chamber, forming streams of light that intertwined above the consoles. The scientists and engineers carefully monitored the readings, ensuring that the flow remained stable. Holographic projections displayed the galaxy itself, showing points of vulnerability and potential targets. The AI instructed them that timing, alignment, and focus were critical, and that once the weapon activated, it could not be stopped until its energy cycle completed. Every member of the team felt the weight of responsibility pressing down, knowing that both success and failure carried enormous consequences. As the final calibrations were made, small tremors shook the chamber, and arcs of energy jumped between conduits, forming a lattice of glowing power. The AI guided the humans through each step, warning them of potential instability, yet encouraging precision and confidence. Dr. Vance and her team synchronized their actions with the consoles, carefully following the projected sequences. The atmosphere was electric, charged with anticipation, and even the air seemed to shimmer with the energy of the weapon awakening. Finally, the last sequence was ready, and the AI confirmed alignment. The weapon's energy reached a crescendo, filling the chamber with a brilliant light that extended into the surrounding rock, creating waves of power that resonated outward. Humanity's ancestors had embedded safeguards to prevent misuse, and the AI continuously monitored the output, adjusting flow and focus in real time. The team could feel the immense force building, like a storm contained within a single structure, waiting to be unleashed upon the threats that loomed in the galaxy. Outside, sensors detected subtle shifts in space-time as the weapon began to interface with the cosmos. Its reach extended far beyond Earth, projecting influence across light years. Holographic projections showed the alien fleets, their positions and trajectories, and the humans realized that this ultimate weapon could disrupt enemy movements, disable warships, and even alter the gravitational balance in contested sectors. The scale of the technology was beyond comprehension, and yet, guided by human decision and the AI, it was now fully under their control. The moment of activation required absolute focus. As the team initiated the final command sequence, the hum of the chamber became a powerful resonance that filled every corner of the underground complex, and energy beams shot upward, connecting the nodes in a perfect lattice of light. Every holographic interface confirmed stability, showing that the weapon was ready to respond to the human's command. The responsibility was immense, but so was the hope that this power could turn the tide against the alien empire and protect humanity across the cosmos. As the weapon reached full readiness, the humans felt a profound connection to their ancestors. Understanding that they were continuing a mission begun thousands of years ago, the AI confirmed that the system was fully operational, capable of defense, counterattack, and strategic influence on a scale previously unimaginable. Dr. Vance and her team took a deep breath, knowing that the next battle would test the full potential of this ultimate creation, and that humanity now possessed a power that could challenge the mightiest forces in the galaxy. The humans activated the ultimate weapon with precision. Energy beams shot across the galaxy, illuminating dark regions of space and connecting human fleets and installations into a unified network of power. Alien warships detected the disturbance too late, their formations disrupted as gravitational and energy fields shifted unpredictably. The weapon's influence extended across light years, creating obstacles, barriers, and energy corridors that immobilized enemy vessels. Humanity's fleets moved through these openings, striking with precision and force, taking advantage of every weakness revealed by the cosmic manipulation. Alien commanders struggled to respond. Their calculations failed to predict the humans' attacks. Ships were thrown off course, weapons malfunctioned, and communication arrays became scrambled. Panic spread through the alien ranks as the humans pressed their advantage. Using the ancient technology, human pilots coordinated attacks in ways that the aliens could not counter. Energy beams from the ultimate weapon disarmed enemy vessels, while shields projected from retrofitted ships protected human forces. The combination of strategy, technology, and sheer determination turned the tide of battle. In the midst of the chaos, human fleets carried out precise strikes on key alien strongholds. Supply lines were cut, defensive positions neutralized, and command vessels disabled. Each successful mission reinforced the confidence of human crews and the effectiveness of the ancient systems. The AI projected real-time adjustments, guiding human forces to exploit every opening. Every maneuver was calculated and adapted instantly, blending human intuition with the foresight embedded in the awakened technology. The alien empire's morale began to crumble, their once mighty fleets scattered under coordinated assaults. Unable to predict human tactics, they were forced into retreat. Entire sectors that were previously under alien control returned to human influence. The sheer power and adaptability of the awakened human systems shocked the alien leadership. They realized that humanity was no longer a weak species to conquer, but a force capable of challenging and defeating even their most advanced warships. Onboard human command vessels, Dr. Alara Vance and General Cale Ryden monitored the battle, ensuring that the ultimate weapon remained stable and effective. Every energy pulse, every gravitational distortion, and every fleet movement was calculated and adjusted. Holographic projections displayed the alien retreat in real time, showing losses and vulnerabilities. Humans celebrated each victory quietly, aware that the full scope of the weapon's potential had yet to be revealed, but confident that the Empire's advance had been permanently halted. As the battle progressed, the ultimate weapon demonstrated versatility beyond expectation. It created protective zones around human colonies, deflected incoming attacks, and even redirected alien projectiles back toward enemy formations. The combined effect of human fleets and ancient technology was overwhelming. Alien commanders attempted desperate counterattacks, but each move was anticipated and countered. The humans had turned the enemy's strength against them, proving that strategy and ingenuity could overcome sheer power. After days of relentless conflict, the alien fleets began to retreat entirely. Severely damaged and disoriented, their attempts to regroup failed as humans continued to strike at isolated units, consolidating control over contested sectors. The ultimate weapon provided both offensive and defensive superiority, ensuring that humanity could maintain a stronghold across multiple star systems. Human pilots and engineers felt a surge of pride, knowing that the rediscovered technology of their ancestors had given them a chance to survive and thrive. Across Earth and human colonies, celebrations were muted but full of hope. The humans had not only defended their home, but had proven their ability to challenge a vast alien empire. The awakened technology, now fully under human control, promised continued protection and the potential for further exploration. The galaxy, once dominated by alien forces, now contained a rising human presence, capable of shaping the future with both intelligence and courage. As the alien empire retreated to distant regions, humans began repairing fleets, upgrading ships, and analyzing the full capabilities of the ultimate weapon. The experience of coordinated warfare, combined with ancient knowledge, had transformed humanity into a disciplined, adaptive, and powerful force. They had learned to fight across planets, moons, and star systems, using strategy, technology, and unity as their greatest assets. The awakened systems ensured that humanity could defend itself against future threats and even project influence across the cosmos. By the end of the confrontation, humans understood the true scale of their legacy. The ancient technology had awakened not only as a tool of war, but as a symbol of human resilience and ingenuity. The alien empire, once feared and dominant, had been forced to retreat, leaving humanity in control of its destiny. As fleets returned home and colonies rebuilt, the humans felt a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that the cosmos was no longer a place of fear, but a frontier where humanity could rise, explore, and protect itself across the stars.